This leads us right into our sixth descriptive statement of competency number 10, which reads, the beginning teacher uses ongoing assessments to determine when a student may be in need of classroom intervention or specialized reading instruction, and to develop appropriate instructional plans for students in grades 4 through 6. Ongoing assessments serve as a continuous feedback mechanism, informing educators about student progress and highlighting areas that might require focused attention. Now, you'll learn the 4 essential pedagogical methods to determine when a student may be in need of classroom intervention or specialized reading instruction, starting with a diverse assessment tool. Now, incorporating a variety of tools from quizzes, reading comprehension tests, oral presentations, to more interactive and innovative tools like e-assessments or interactive games, this ensures a well-rounded understanding of the student's capabilities. Now, we also have identifying the need for intervention. It's crucial to analyze assessment data proactively. Regularly spotting patterns and errors, consistent struggles with particular literacy concepts, or a sudden drop in performance can indicate a need for classroom intervention. Now let's discuss the importance of developing instructional plans. Post-assessment, teachers must be equipped to differentiate instruction. For your exam, remember that students who have mastered certain concepts can be given advanced tasks or enrichment activities, while those still struggling can receive focused instruction. And last on this list is guided decision making. Remember, continuous assessment isn't just about collecting data. Instead, it's about making informed instructional decisions. For instance, understanding that first graders need to differentiate between long and short vowel sounds can guide the instructional strategy. Next, you'll learn how to develop appropriate instructional plans for students in grades 4 through 6 who require intervention or specialized reading instruction, which requires targeted strategies, thorough assessment, and differentiated approaches. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you prepare for your exam. The first step is number 1, assessment and identification. Initial assessment: before you can help, you need to understand the nature of the student's difficulty. Use formal and informal assessments like standardized tests, curriculum-based measures, and anecdotal observations. And also, use continuous monitoring. Once interventions begin, regularly monitor progress to see if the instruction is effective. And step 2 is to set clear objectives. These should be skill-based goals. Define what specific reading skills the student still needs to improve, such as phonological awareness, decoding, fluency, vocabulary, or comprehension. Next, pay particularly close attention to this for your exam. Number 3 is to differentiate instruction. Super, super important for your test. Use targeted specific skills. So focus on specific reading skills during each lesson. An example could be, if students struggle with phonemic awareness, employ activities that concentrate on sound-letter relationships. And step 4 is to utilize multisensory approaches by engaging in various senses in the learning process. For reading, this might involve seeing, hearing, saying, and tracing letters to words. The next step is to choose the appropriate materials. Use decodable texts. For students struggling with phonics, use decodable texts that emphasize the phonological rules that they're currently learning. Also, use high interest, low reading level texts for older students, and here's a tip. Select texts that are engaging but not beyond the reading level to ensure that they do not get discouraged. As you become more familiar with the resources that your school offers, make sure to consider incorporating technology. Use reading software and applications to provide engaging, level-appropriate content, which can be adjusted to fit the student's progress and specific needs. Step 7 is to provide opportunities for practice. Use repeated readings to enhance fluency by allowing students to read the same text multiple times. Also, Use paired reading, where you pair a stronger reader with a weaker reader. They read the text aloud together, providing both to practice and a great model for the weaker reader. Next is feedback. Always make sure to provide immediate constructive feedback. This helps students recognize their mistakes and understand how to correct them. Next are important aspects to keep in mind during this process. Always continue to motivate the students. Encourage self-selection. Allow students to select some of their own reading materials to foster a love of reading. And also, help students set achievable goals. Using reading logs or charts to help students track their own reading progress, they love to do this. Your exam will absolutely ask for questions all about how you'll team up with others. Keep this next section in mind when completing your test. Collaboration. Work with specialists. If your school has a reading specialist, work with them to refine and define the students' needs and skill levels. Parental involvement. Engage parents by providing them with resources and strategies to support reading at home. Also, modify as necessary. If you notice that a particular strategy or approach isn't working, don't be afraid to adjust your methods. And lastly, documentation. Keep records of each student's progress, the interventions you've tried, and the outcomes you've found. Doing these things will not only help in tracking their growth, but will also be useful for potential individualized education plans or IEPs, further future meetings, and other interventions that might happen. Feeling anxious about taking the TExES core subjects exam? Click the link in the description below to get prepared faster, smarter, better, with everything you need to pass all in one place, so you can celebrate your passing score and become a certified teacher with teacherpreps.com.